recycling is becoming an ever more important part of people's lives. The throwaway society is steadily becoming the reduce, reuse and recycle society. Ever-increasing awareness of the need to conserve the Earth's material and energy resources, combined with concern about growing evidence of the human contribution to global warming, is leading us all to change the way we live. Merseyside Recycling and Waste Authority has responsibility for the treatment and disposal of waste in the Liverpool City region, including reuse, recycling and landfill. One of the authority's roles is to support a range of community initiatives designed to reduce, reuse and recycle at grassroots level. Wirral Community Meals established a charity shop in Bromborough on the Wirral to support its work delivering Meals on Wheels to elderly and vulnerable people in the local area.
The charity was set up about a year ago. This shop was opened in October last year. We sell lots of donated goods. The money that we hope to raise will in the future go to support Meals on Wheels for the elderly in the area. We were funded to start the shop through Merseyside Waste Authority, and the shop has been completely kitted out with recycled goods, recycled pallets, recycled counter. Everything here is not new.
Well, typically, we're very lucky with our donations. We do get donations pretty much every day. So we accept donations, we sort through them. And people don't like to throw away their stuff. They like to recycle. So they'll bring us stuff and they'll say, I'm not sure if you can use this. We'll gladly accept it.
Donations come in, they're sorted out the back, they're put into male, female, child. They're all then steamed, hung on a rail. When the time's appropriate, they come out into the shop and they're sold. If they're not good enough for the shop, then we decide what we're going to do with them. Give them to homeless, move them on to people who can use them and recycle them, or we can just sell them to rags, which obviously we get money for, goes into the shop. But because today's society doesn't really hang on to clothes like yesterday's society did, when they come in here, they're practically new. We have a Meals on Wheels side, obviously. The meals are delivered to the elderly on the Wirral. We've been very fortunate that we can work with Clatterbridge Hospital. They heat the meals for us. The volunteers go up and pick them up, and then they take them out and they're delivered to the senior people that we look after.
Like yesterday. That's just £1 then, please. They can volunteer here, they can donate here, they can spread the word, which is great. I have customers that say, oh, I tell everyone about you. You're such a great little shop. Our prices are very reasonable here. People love it. All of us at some point will probably have an elderly relative, friend that can't cook for whatever reason, that can't get out and do all the shopping that they need to, and not everybody has family that can help them, and so it's just a great cause.
When it comes to waste disposal, Merseyside Recycling and Waste Authority has developed state-of-the-art facilities, such as the Huyton Household Waste Recycling Centre, run by Veolia.
Well, the recycling centre works by cars coming in, being stopped at the meet and greet, asked what kind of material you've got to recycle, dispose of, and you're advised then how to dispose of it and recycle it.
The meet and greet is possibly the most important on site. That's where we get our recycling, our reuse. What happens is a member of the public will come on site and he'll tell the member of staff what he's got, and then from there the meet and greet member of staff will tell them where to go, what can be recycled, what can be reused, and to try and educate them as much as we can to recycle.
It's given every opportunity then to recycle in various skips on the way in. You're told exactly where to deposit the waste. And then the last skip is the non-recyclable waste. Obviously that goes to landfill. And we're very keen to make that as less as possible. So we question then at that last point of arising, what have you actually got in your car, and does it really need to go in the skip? And that's how we achieve the levels of recycling that we have. Obviously we've had a massive shift away from landfill and more into recycling, and it's very important that we stop the people coming in, ask them what they've got, direct them, help them, assist them. And what we try to do is rid ourselves of the tip mentality. We don't like the T word. This is a recycling centre, so members of the public are given every opportunity to recycle. And like I said, the last skip they hit on their way out is the non-recyclable waste, and we try and discourage that wherever possible.
Kitting out a child for school can be an expensive business. On the Wirral, FUS, free uniforms for secondary schools, provides a link between parents whose children are finishing school and those whose children are starting.
My name's Sheila Fowler. This is called Wirral FUS, and that's free uniforms for secondary schools. It's upcycled uniforms that we've collected from parents who are prepared to not bin or just get rid of their stuff, because they also see the value in reusing these expensive uniforms, and perhaps for people who are finding it a bit difficult at the moment, or people who just believe in recycling.
I went to West Kirby Grammar School, and when I started in Year 7 there was nothing available like this. We spent upwards of £300 for me and my sister buying a new PE kit, new school clothes, everything, and if this was around it would have been wonderful, really helpful.
My name's Rachel, and Harry, my son, is just leaving Caldy. He's going into the 6th form. But in our local papers, the ladies who are organising the uniforms, I noticed their advert, and I just thought it was a great opportunity to recycle something that could go to good use for one of the boys, because the parents, they're all in different circumstances.
With having 3 children, any extra pieces of school uniform were absolutely a fantastic help to me. And when I picked them up from here at St Luke's from Sheila, she actually had washed it, ironed it and packaged it, and it was just like going into a shop.
19 of the 22 schools on Wirral are partners with us, and they've all agreed to have a tub which has got a logo on the front of it, recycle your stuff here, and then they ring us up when that's full. Some volunteers go and pick it up, they bring it back to us, we wash it if it needs it, sew the buttons on and upcycle it to somebody who wants it.
When the uniforms come in, when they're donated, they're gone through and examined, and most things are absolutely fine, we do minor repairs, but some things were just too poorly, so rather than selling them as rags, I thought I could upcycle them, so I was trying to make items using the materials. These were school either gym clothes or trousers that were too poorly to be reused, so I've just made little key rings out of them. And there was shirts and cotton shirts, and we stamped them, made handkerchief holders out of. Likewise with brooches on my own, leftover fabrics made their way in, but they're getting reused. Little pegs were done up.
You can go on the website, our website, which is www.wirralfus.co.uk. There's a list of all the stock that we have listed under each school. You just click on what you want. It comes via the emails to our office. Those orders are printed out and then they're made up, bagged, and then they're either collected from here or wherever is the closest place to the person where they live. We are a faith charity. We do believe there's a reason for passing on and for helping each other. We are Christians, and we do believe that is just the basic way to live, is to be nice and kind.
In recent times, a multi-million-pound industry has grown up around recycling. With the cooperation of the public, many components of today's household waste can now be diverted to specialist organisations for reuse and recycling.
Okay, so this is our household battery containers. What happens is a member of the public will come onto site. After being directed by the meet and greet, they lift the lid up, place the household batteries in, ready to be recycled. This is our tyre container. We have a contractor come in, take all the tyres, recycle them into new tyres. So this is our cooking oil recycling bank. What happens is a member of the public will come in, lift the lid up and just pour the recyclable cooking oil in. This is our car battery container for any reusable, any recyclable car batteries. This is our engine oil container. What happens is member of the public will just come in, up the stairs, lift the orange lid up and basically just recycle the old engine oil. This is our small appliance skip for any electrical items, as in lawnmowers, DVD players, skyboxes, ready to be recycled. This is our TV container, used for the members of the public to bring in with the tellies. Computer monitors will come in as well. We recycle them as well. This is our fridge container, ready for the members of the public to bring their old fridges in, and so they can be recycled.
Well, reusable items, if they can be reused, get reused by our franchisee system, and we also have a reuse shop at our other facility in Bootle, run by the YMCA. Reuse has to be our first priority. It's reuse and then recycle. Timber becomes shredded and used for the chipboard industry. Green waste is composted, cardboard is baled and sold on, and glass becomes new glass, metals become new metals. You get the picture. It's a total circular economy.
After the break, we will see how recycling is used by charities working with disadvantaged groups in the city region, and find out more about how the Huyton Household Waste Recycling Centre increased its recycling from 8% to 80%. Community initiatives supported by Merseyside Recycling and Waste Authority are developing imaginative ways to recycle waste that previously went to landfill. Project Up in Widnes provides employment opportunities and training, as well as providing refurbished goods for the local community.
My name is John Hutchinson and I manage Project Up, that's a furniture reuse programme based in Widnes. There's myself and one more staff member, Andy Colley. Andy works as a furniture designer and workshop tutor.
The materials we'll get in is pallet wood. It'll come in like shipping pallet wood, get it from small businesses. We'll strip it down, denail it and sand it down.
We work with two groups of people. One is young unemployed people that are based in and around the Widnes area. We work with them for 10 weeks on a training programme, teach them basic carpentry, joinery. People will learn how to cut wood, join wood, sand wood, create products from scratch. We also teach people painting skills, restoration skills, different waxing, different finishes to wood, and how to create furniture from scratch. We also donate half of the furniture that we create to the local community to residents that are identified as most in need.
The designs that we come up with usually are dictated by the wood that we've got. We like to keep things basic, sort of straight lines, give it a rustic look. Like we want to give it a real feel. It's quite contemporary at the moment to use recycled wood. Give it, handmade, sort of anti-IKEA sort of feel to it.
Project Up is more of an upcycling programme than a recycling programme. So we take something that somebody doesn't want and add value to it by painting it, by changing its use, by changing its purpose, or by turning it into something completely different. It's not just reclaimed timber and pallet furniture that we make. We actually take old pieces of furniture that people are throwing out, we strip them down, we paint them, we renovate them, and we make them ready for reuse. You can see this piece here has been partially painted and partially waxed, which gives it a really nice Art Deco look about it.
Yeah, we'll make stuff bespoke to any size, any finish. And we offer sort of unique design as well. If there's something they'd like to get made, we can do it. We're quite flexible on our designs.
If people want to get involved in Project Up, they can do so in two ways. They can either donate furniture to us, or they can buy something that we've finished. If they want to get in touch for anything, they can contact us through Facebook, and we're on facebook.com/Project Up 2013.
Back in Huyton, it's still a busy day at the Household Waste Recycling Centre, with members of the public bringing a range of items to recycle.
I just corrugated plastic sheets to recycle. We'll try and make sure we recycle into all the correct bins, if you like, that's supplied. And if I can't recycle it there, I bring it here to recycle it here. So, yeah.
Just one of the big trees in the garden I've cut down yesterday, sawed it down and cut it right back, so I brought that today. And most of my garden waste goes into the garden bin that I've got at home if I mow the grass, but when we have a big blitz of the trees and everything, I tend to bring everything up here.
I've just got rid of an old rug and a bit of rubble from a bit of tiling I was doing. Every time my wife sends me, I come here. Maybe once a month.
Yeah, we've had people bring in like brand new tellies and PlayStations. People try and bring dead animals in, which obviously gets in the way. Yeah, the average day on site is pretty calm. Helping public as much as we can, recycling as much as we can, which is part of the job, and making sure public leave with a smile on their face.
Tomorrow's Women Wirral support vulnerable women to gain confidence through a range of activities and opportunities. The charity have renovated a former school building in Birkenhead.
We are a women-only charity and we've been running just over 3 years. We initially set up with women in the criminal justice system and we just grew and grew from there. So we're open to any woman 18 and over and they can come and do things like confidence building. We do skills courses like learning the sewing machine, doing things like wool ragging. So there's loads of things you can do, like learn new skills, get back into employment if they want to, if it's socially isolated and want to just maybe meet new people and new friends, and they can come and do that as well.
I'd say 98% of what we do in the activity room is recycled, everything. Old cards, people bring their old jewellery in, which we break up to make into the earrings and the bracelets. We do recycling clothes. So the clothes that we don't sell, we either take round to the weigh-in or we do this cutting up to make the rugs with. The only things that we can't recycle are the paste and the glue that we need to make them. And the motivation is that you can teach the women skills that they didn't realise they had. Because without a doubt, every woman that comes into this centre, when you ask them, what are you good at, they'll say nothing. And they're constantly surprised at what they can turn their hand to.
Well, since I've been coming here, I don't feel so much as socially isolated. Everybody here is very, very friendly. I've made lots and lots of friends that, you don't imagine you'd be able to make that many friends in such a short period of time. And people empathise with you, so it is absolutely fantastic, and my confidence has grown since I've been coming here. And, you just feel like you find yourself a bit more.
We get a lot of clothing donated, so we obviously filter through and see which clothing's appropriate, what kind of condition it's in. If it needs repairing, we'll get the girls to repair them on the sewing machines, and then we hang them out, and women can come along then and access the clothing that's been donated. So yeah, there's a few rails, we have shoes, we have dresses, tops, anything that people want to donate to us, then we will reuse it again, and yeah, the women can access that and help themselves with some new clothing.
Since I've been coming to the centre, I've been encouraged to recycle a lot more. For example, donating, you know, my own clothes to the centre and bringing them here, and jam jars, things like that. Anything that, you know, bits of plastic or anything, or card, you just bring to the centre, and yeah, we can recycle it in many ways and within our projects.
The hall was left abandoned and it was full of very old artefacts from the church that used to hold all the stuff in there. All the windows have been smashed, and we thought we could utilise it as part of the centre with fitness classes and so forth. We got funding from Merseyside Recycling and Waste Authority, and everything we used was donated, so right down to the teacups and teapots, because we do like afternoon tea kind of events in there as well. Other agencies and Wirral can also access and use the hall as well, so it gets our name a little bit more out there as well, and people know more about Tomorrow's Women too.
Increasing the percentage of household waste that is reused and recycled is a major priority for local government across the country. Sending waste to landfill incurs a tax of over £82 per tonne.
This facility is taking in between 1,400 and 1,500 tonnes per month on average. Recycling is banging on the doors of 80%. We did peak at 85 once last year. This is a purpose-built facility. The old facility that this replaced in 2004 was doing 8%. So you can see a seismic shift in recycling, and that's all down to the layout and the way that people are approached and encouraged to recycle. I think you're always going to get an element of people that we call dump and go. They want to drive in, especially the weekend where there may be a little bit of a queue, and they get frustrated. But it's all about speaking to them, assisting them, helping with the waste, and encourage them to recycle. We have an electronic board that displays the recycling performance. We try and involve the general public in that. You know, this is their facility. These are their residents in Knowsley Borough Council, and yeah, a lot of them are genuinely interested in the figures.
Across the city region, reuse and recycling are becoming a way of life. Grassroots organisations are helping drive this change, whilst the household waste disposal services that we are all familiar with have modernised and advanced beyond recognition. This is having economic, social and environmental benefits. Together, we are steadily moving to a more sustainable way of living.